Come on, man.
Yo.
We was talking about this today earlier, Tracy G and Heather B. We was talking about MCs with lyrics that made a difference.
That's right.
Some of the best MCs are the ones you haven't heard yet.
Impact.
Come on, legendary Broadway. I'm going to speak this truth right now.
And I was pleasantly surprised, man. And his drip is crazy.
Oh,
you
man.
gotta respect his drip.
It's hard,
he's a fashion
yeah.
guy.
I respect the drip.
Tracy
so
G
much.
is over there in Brooklyn. In Manhattan right now. His drip is ridiculous. That was the freestyle he did with the L.A. Leakers. Salute to them. Give them a big round of applause.
Yeah, shout out L.A. Lakers.
Okay, and my man DJ Head, and Chuck, they sat down with you before, and that was one of the times I really first started really understanding who you are and your movement. But the thing that appealed to me most was your lyrical prowess. And so when the opportunity came to have you on this show, it's like, hell yeah. Welcome David Sabastian to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Citizens, he is here.
What up,
Yo,
D?
man.
What you saying?
I can't lie. I'm kind of gassed, man.
You gassed?
Like this is a moment for me.
Man, be gassed.
Because it's crazy when your dreams actualize in front of you. You know what I mean? And you get to meet people who you like. Are the reason why you even started doing music in the first place.
Wow. So what it feel like?
It's magical.
Is it like you imagined?
Of course. I mean, it's better than I imagined.
Okay.
Because I'm in the now. I'm like, you really take your job serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're one of the people who really, you can tell, puts their heart into it and their intention. And so it's just a blessing to be here for me.
That's what makes this really interesting. It's a blessing to have you, really, man. When I listen to your lyrics, it gets metaphysical. It truly does. And it's artists like you that I think are necessary. We just had a caller call up and was talking about a particular artist that she shared with her students. She's an educator and had to explain to them, not only are you being entertained, you're being educated. And so one of the reasons why I asked you, is it like how you imagined? Because one of the songs on your We Are God's project was how to use your imagination, right? And in that, you talk about how your imagination, I'm paraphrasing, pretty much paints your now and your future.
And your future. I mean, if you look around this room, can you find one thing that wasn't created by someone's imagination?
Exactly.
Like you can't see one thing that someone didn't imagine. I think we are all products of God's imagination. So that is the most powerful thing. Einstein said, imagination is more important than education. Because, don't quote me on this, but I believe he came up with the theory of relativity by using his imagination.
Yeah, right.
Man.
Do you feel like one of the things I've learned when I start going to school, like public school, right?
And what district? Where?
I'm from Oakland, so East Oakland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
So I grew up in Oakland. I'm a product of a lot of Oakland legacy.
Yeah.
That's why your music appeals to me because it's fruitful. But the imagination, if not nurtured right or guided right, can do the exact opposite.
Oh, yeah.
Speak to that.
I mean, you went to public school. I went to public school.
Yeah.
A lot of colored people, black people, we grew up in public school, and the public school system is really created to turn us into slaves. Why do you think most schools look like prisons? Big gates on the outside. Why do you think most classrooms are built like assembly lines? You know what I mean? You got to raise your hand. The idea of school wasn't really created to nurture your imagination. It was created to stunt that inner child inside of you and make you complacent, because, I mean, that's advantageous for this country. If they had a bunch of imaginative kids running around who believed anything was possible, who would work their jobs?
Yeah. Come on. All right. Wait, hold up, man. David, I can't. I'm trying to have this conversation with him, Heather, but I keep getting blinded by the diamonds on his tooth.
You gotta talk about his fit. That was only gonna be my question.
It's very
talk about
hard.
what you was feeling this morning when you just woke
Yeah,
up.
belated Valentine's Day.
Drip.
So I have a brand called Skid Row Fashion Week, right? And this is actually all Skid Row Fashion Week I'm wearing. I designed all of it.
I love
what's
it.
fire? And what's fire is that he labeled like one of the labels and stuff is on the back, like on the lower back of the fit in the jacket. And I just thought that was really dope because you actually know when when you see somebody with a fit on and you gotta check the back, like you gotta turn around, be like, yup, you see it. Y'all act like you ain't looking. You know the label. Good thing he was facing my back, so I was able to.
Peep it out?
His back was to me, so I was able to peep it out. But yeah.
Well, this is a perfect way to segue why I even do fashion. So, when I was 16, I dropped out of public school. I dropped out of high school. And my mission was always to be an artist, to be a rapper, you know, but I didn't want to be like a 16-year-old high school dropout who's like, I want to be a rapper, right? And at that time, being a designer wasn't like now. Like it had some respect on it because it was like harder to do. You know what I mean? Now anyone could be, you know what I mean? Anyone could do fashion now, but back then you really had to have like a leg into it, you know? So long story short, since then till now, I probably designed for over 80 brands, right? And I told myself if I was going to do my own brand, it had to have some impact behind it. The last thing the world needs is another T-shirt. The last thing we need is another something with a name on it. I feel like anything coming forward out of the culture, out of fashion, it has to mean something. So a community that's super underserved, that's super oppressed, and a community that I identify with, not only with my own effects on homelessness, but just the spirit of being in America and people having nothing, right? It's Skid Row, right? So I thought, what's a way to take fashion, right, and use it to be a voice for a community that doesn't really have one? And then how do we build a business around that to help serve those people? So not only is it fly, you know, it actually means something, and it's creating jobs, it's creating opportunities, and it's creating possibilities.
Possibilities. I love that. David Sabastian. That's your real last name?
Nah, my real last name is McClotsky.
That's what I wanted to go into.
Oh, go ahead, Tracy.
Yeah, because David, you know, one of my favorite movies of all time, I feel like I probably share this with our movie junkie DB, but is Cruel Intentions, right? And so hearing
that's where I got from.
That's right. I was reading about that. But what's wild, Ryan Phillippe. But listening to you describe your label, your fashion label, right? And how there's obviously communities that have nothing, but thinking about Ryan Phillippe's character who has everything. Sebastian has everything. One could say he's entitled. He's a bit of a slut, you know, of an indulgent individual. So connect that side to you.
So, just being completely honest, like when I came up with that name, right? Like I'm really a nerd at heart. You know what I mean? I grew up collecting comic books. Girls weren't into me that much. You know, I was a dude at, you know, lunchtime just like kicking it with a tree. You know what I mean? I didn't really have that.
I like that. Know? We would have gotten along.
we probably would have. You know what I mean? So I think we all create characters, right? Like. Even if you aren't a character, you're a character. We all create personas in which we live by, identities, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, we're all just avatars. We're blank. We're spirits, right? But then when you reincarnate into this body, you say, my name is this, and I do this, and I am this, and that's how you present yourself. And around that time, I just wanted to be cooler. I don't know. I just wanted to have that essence. I grew up with nothing. So when I seen Cruel Intentions, you know, to see this like affluent white kid with everything, penthouse New York, I wanted that, you know? So I kind of just took on that persona, but me and him are very, very different in some ways. Same in certain ways, but you know, it's just a name at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, man. David Sabastian is here. I like
this.
Sounds
cool though.
It sounds cool,
so
right?
You got them points.
When we going back to education, there's obviously a lot of information that's hidden, that's erased, that's disposed of. You know, when you distorted. When you look at especially from Africa, you think about Egypt and his history, even being named Egypt.
Yeah.
You know,
even Aboriginal history, the history of here.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, speak on that. You know, like it's because the reason why I'm asking, because I was woke up this morning and saw Al Sharpton in Florida marching against Governor DeSantis because they want to censor African American history, right? And it's just so blatant, it's in our face.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, the English language, right?
Yeah.
is really it says it all, right? History is what? It's his story, right? So the victor tells the history. You know what I mean? The conquerors, the people who conquer, get to manipulate the truth, and they normally do it to whatever is advantageous to their agendas. So I'll just say this, right? And this is the metaphysical side. This isn't like the logical historian side of me, but I don't really know what the fuck existed. I wasn't here to see it. I have no idea. You can read it. They can tell you. But unless I fit, like we could have been, I don't want to get too deep, but
don't censor yourself.
But I mean, sometimes, not censor yourself, but I find myself trying to say things in palatable ways for people to digest, because sometimes you can say things and people won't comprehend it and then they'll assume the worst. So I don't censor it. I just got to take it down. But the point is we don't really know what life is. We don't know. Most people don't even know who they are, really. You think that you're black. You think that you're this, you're that. These are just titles created, like I said, to give you a fucking identity.
Yep.
And the worst part about it is the identity that you created for yourself was created based off of someone's constitution of who you should fucking be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like.
But how do you find who you are, your truth, when you're surrounded in an environment that's constantly trying to tell you?
The only way out is in.
There it is.
The only way out is in. There's only one way to find out who you are. See, listen, we have devices. We have computers. We have iPhones. We got Twitter. We got Instagram. We got Marvel movies. We got Marvel movies. We got pornography. We got everything. We got every device to take you away from who you really are. I think the first journey, and for anybody who's listening to this shit, is to just stop. Stop doing everything. Stop. That's really, so I ended up going to jail when I was younger. I went for a year for a robbery. A lot of people don't know that I was a whole different person at that time, and I was hungry. I ain't had no money. I ended up robbing this little white kid, whatever. And I end up getting a year and some change, right? And it was the best thing that happened to me. You know why?
Why you say that?
Because I got to sit down and do nothing.
Stillness.
And I got to be still. And a lot of times it doesn't work because the whole jail system, especially for juveniles, can really set you in the other path, right? But for me, I was bad, so I spent a lot of time in the box. So in the box, I got to really, really think. And I was like, what is my purpose here? I know it ain't this. Why did God create me? Why did I create myself? Why did I put myself? Oh, okay. And then light bulb started clicking. I was like, I'm about to get out. This ain't who I am. I'm about to switch the avatar. I'm a designer now. Oh no, and I just became me.
And it's just like that. But it took time. You had to be silent. You had to sit in silence. Meditate. Figure these things out.
Use your imagination.
Use your imagination. We are God.
We are God. Such a statement, right?
Yeah.
So on a quantum metaphysical level,
take us there.
On a quantum metaphysical level, right? Everything is moving, right? Nothing is solid, right? These are atoms, molecules, whatever, and they're all kind of bouncing and refracting off each other. And from a quantum physics level, you are an energy field, right? Like you're not a body, you're an energy field. And energy fields don't start or begin, they kind of blend into everything because everything is everything. So if you are part of the air, which is a part of his air, which is a part of this desk, you are just as much of the earth.
Yeah. As the trees.
As the birds and the bees and all that shit. So we are collectively God. And I don't think people can fathom that because we've been born to think that, God is like this guy, this man in the sky who judges you and is like, hey, but like it's so much more incomprehensible than that. And but you know what's crazy is the reason why you weren't taught that is because the second you know that you are part of everything and you can do anything, then everything is possible.
Yeah, everything.
You get to bend the spoon with your mind. You get to create. You get to be free.
You get to be free. David Sabastian is here. We Are God is his latest project. Did some stuff with DJ Drama, our brother Drama. Salute to Drama. I want to play this song. I'm gonna play The Light.
My most important song.
Okay, I went through your whole discography, brother. I'm picking the ones that I like too. But what I also like about you're an MC.
For sure.
Yeah, right.
I studied music.
Yeah.
I studied the greats, Hove. I rewrote his lyrics. I studied thesauruses and dictionaries. I told myself I was gonna be me. I gotta be great at it. You know what I mean? I can't just be like some novice. Yeah. It's too easy to talk about, the easy shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, the last thing the world needs is another T-shirt, and the last thing the world needs is another record that don't really mean shit.
That doesn't mean so. Every lyric is important to you, right? And you rewrote. What did rewriting his lyrics do for you?
Not just his lyrics, but Pac's. It put me in the mindset that they were in when they wrote it, and it helped me understand metaphor, simile, structure. Oh, this goes with this. It's all haikus and this. Like you could really break down rap into poetry. So just seeing
how they arrived.
Yeah, just how they arrived.
Yeah.
You want to be Jordan, study Jordan's moves, you know, so you could be better than him one day.
Okay, man. David Sabastian here. This is The Light. We're going to play this and come back and talk some more. I'm going to open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. Come on.
Man.
David Sabastian, mom was just on Sirius XM.
I got to tell my mama that, man, for real.
What role did religion play in your upbringing?
I mean, my mom is it's actually crazy. It's starting to change, but I went to church 4 times a week, right? Church 2 times on Sunday, choir rehearsal on Wednesdays.
Wow.
I had that, and my mom grew up super Christian, right? But it's crazy as I start to evolve, she's actually been evolving too, man. She's more introspective now, and it's crazy.
In what way? Is it less about?
It's less about going to church. Okay. She is the church now.
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? It's less about looking outward and now more inward. I'm teaching my mom to meditate and stuff, and for my mom just turned 70, you know what I mean? For a 7-year-old black woman who spent her entire life, in the church, that's big.
It must feel really great. I know we do a lot on this show that we don't film everything. Most people film everything and put it up. We don't do that. Some things we just, if you're in the tribe, you can catch it, right? Yeah. And a lot of segment we do on Thursday is called Good News Thursday, and it grew to be something more than just who we are, right? Okay. And when you go outside and people tell you stories of, man, I was listening to the show and I heard this person's testimony, it changed my life. I feel like your music is doing that for people. What kind of response do you get from your fans?
Oh, man. It's the best, man.
Yeah.
I have so many instances. I have a community line, right? By the way, it's 310-388-5193. 310-388-5193. And every other day I send an affirmation. I send whatever's on my heart, and I got thousands of people in it, and I've heard people, say some of my music has saved their life. They were on the brink of so one guy, who became a friend of mine was like, yo, I was about to jump off a building. I was about to end it all, and I just thought about one of your songs, and it just came over me. But one in particular, pandemic time, around the time I dropped We Are God, a woman, I'm not gonna say her name, but she reached out to me and she was like, hey, I have a newborn baby and I have 2 sons and we sleep in the car, and our baby daddy left us. And every night before they go to sleep, I play The Light and I play How to Use Your Imagination. And for a second, it transports us to where we don't even feel like, you know what I mean?
They don't even know they're homeless.
They don't even know you're homeless.
Yeah.
And that's music, man.
Yeah.
That's the power of fucking music.
I love it. Get that number is every citizen, because a lot of people don't like to pick up the phone no more. They text, but 310-388-5193. Call that number now. See what's on there. Okay. If they ask you for any money, hang up.
No. Don't call. Text it.
Oh, text it.
Yeah,
okay. You can't call it. Okay. I want to hear a voice.
Want to be Santa Claus?
Yeah, man. I want them to answer every call. Now,
Sway be wildin', man. Come on,
he's here. Answer the call. Armand is on the line from Pennsylvania.
What's up, Armand?
Hey, Armand.
What's going on, family? Sway in the morning.
Yeah.
Hey.
Say what's up to David.
Man, say something real quick. That music you got is like to the highest. That's what we need now with all this violence, all this stuff in Chicago, all over the states, even other countries. But you're gonna have to watch out for the people that don't want that to get out. So create your own platform. Create your own buzz like you've been doing. Don't worry about that big deal and all that. Just do what you're doing, and it's gonna gravitate to you. The fans is already doing it. Sway and them doing it for you.
My brother. Hey, I want to say thank you. Right. Thank you for that. But I also want to say one other thing. Those people that you talking about, and we know who those people are, right? They should be afraid of me.
Yeah.
Exactly,
they should be afraid of me.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm just telling you is you already strong. I already hear you. Hear the mentality in you. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
I like that.
Okay, bars.
Tough.
Right.
You that, bro?
You already have
definitely
that.
did.
So nothing's gonna stop you. Nothing's gonna stop you. But you just don't want to entertain it with them. Don't let them come in and talk to you, all that bullshit. Keep doing your thing, my man. Y'all have a blessed day. Roll, Warrior.
You too.
Roll, Warrior. Citizen.
Sway in the morning, brother. Be careful.
Like Wayne said, they can't stop me, even if they stop
me. Yep.
Yeah. Tracy's a Wayne enthusiast.
Yeah, so
we all are, but Tracy,
you know what I mean.
She's a little
An
stalker.
idea will live forever.
Yeah, an idea will live forever.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you know Pac, right?
Yeah.
I might not change the world, but I'll be the seed that sparks it's all we can be is just seeds, man.
Yeah, that's what Pac, when we sat and talked once, one of the things he said to me, he was so precocious. And we were so young, and I remember one of those last interviews, and he said, Sway, I made the music that I knew that people wanted to hear. All of our people, from the drug dealers to the professors to the mothers and everything in between. Now I'm going to make the music I feel they need to hear, right?
Yeah.
Bro, he was saying this at a tender age. And I was just, how you say, I'm a conduit, right? That's how I live that's my part of my purpose is to be that conduit and spread that information. That don't always come from the physical. It comes from our ancestors. People got to appreciate that and understand that. Yeah. Similar to what I believe you do.
Bro, you I mean, I know you know, but like you serve such a higher purpose in the history of now. And it's like when it's all said and done, when all of this is written in the books, there are very few people like yourself who get to even have conversations with prolific people like Pac and get that energy out of them, because essentially the history books will be written on some of your interviews.
Yeah,
that's right.
This right now, we living in the now, but 10 years from now, people gonna be looking back at this like, oh man, that nigga David was a cold nigga. You know what I mean? Like,
they're gonna be like, did you see the colors?
Did you see the colors, man? He was ahead, man.
You got kids?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay.
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
Like,
that's a real ass answer right there, bro.
Ain't nobody tell me.
I'm not sure.
Pre-prison David might have kids.
So how you get caught? Like you said, you robbed a little
man. So this is going. You guys are gonna laugh. I've never told this story ever. Never told it. I was in San Pedro, right? And I was in front of a Foot Locker, right? And I seen this young white kid who was buying like 8 pairs of shoes, right? And he's just like peeling money on it and So when he walked out, I asked him, "Yo, can I get $1?" That's all I wanted. Can I get $1? Right? I was going like go buy like Black 'em Out or something. It was crazy. I was vibrating on some low shit. Yeah. And he like gave me some like white like kind of crazy shit like that, right? So I just walked up right behind him and kind of like whispered in his neck, and I said, "Give me $1." Just give me $1, right? So he turned around, he gave me $1, and he ran away, right? He ran away.
Okay.
I ain't got no gun. He just ran away, right? Next thing I know, I'm just chilling. Police car pull up. He in the back seat crying, pointing at me. Nigga, I go to jail. Now, you would think for just saying, give me $1, right?
Yeah.
probably wouldn't do it. A year and some change.
Just
in
a
jail.
night. Just a night.
Yeah, maybe a night. Bro, they gave me a public pretender. That nigga was drunk at the hearing, sweating profusely.
Wow.
And it was the worst situation ever. And then it was like, yo, you get a year.
You got a 1 year for $1.
For $1?
For $1.
Wow.
Ain't that
That's
something?
unjust.
You did a year for it because of $1?
I did a year because of $1.
Give him some money. I don't want
Because
to.
you
No,
got
yo,
some
shit.
cruel intentions.
I
don't want no going back. I got
No, we
David.
good.
Good now.
We good.
And you didn't rob him.
Yeah, he didn't rob. Well, you could cash in one of those
Perception.
teeth right there. You know.
But what I say, everything happens for a reason. Because if that didn't happen, I would not be here.
Because
Yeah.
that's what made me ask you, because I'm listening to your conversation and you such a forward thinker. Like I'm just thinking like you wouldn't have gone into a situation without knowing how to get out, get away, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my man, how you got caught?
Yeah, man.
And he give me $1.
Yeah, this is what I want to do, man. We got to invite you back up another time, man, especially if you come
Come
to the
through.
There's so much to talk about, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me getting sued by Kanye and the Gap, me all types of
Yo,
shit.
what happened with that? That's real?
That's real.
Maybe he can't talk about it. Sway.
No,
He
I
said
can
he
talk
getting
about it.
sued. Oh,
They could- I
Who
don't-
sued you, Gap or Ye?
So I mean, technically, it was but it was Gap.
It was the Gap.
It was
yeah,
the Gap,
yeah,
right?
Because they suing him. I mean,
Yeah.
They're trying to
But
get him back.
in the long story short, I'll tell you 2 micro stories, right? So, I see myself as like the Robin Hood of fashion, right? And I'm a whole motherfuckers accountable, right? So, it was Skid Row Thanksgiving, right? I'm doing our annual thing, right? Kanye comes, he's on the stage and he's like, I'm gonna save Skid Row, everybody, blah, blah, blah. He has one of his people come over to me and he's like, yo, round everybody up. We got vans. We about to take them to Yeezy Studios and feed them, right? So I get on the mic, yo, Kanye is here. Free food, da-da-da-da, right? Everyone's like, yeah, you would think this nigga was fucking Santa Claus or something, right? Everyone was so happy, right? Someone comes back. So Kanye just left. All the fans go, little kids, grandma, everybody's like, what happened to Kanye? I'm like, I don't fucking know, right? So, I talked to some of the people at LA Mission and it was like, Kanye came to talk to them. And this is no shade to Kanye, especially now. I don't want to kick a brother while he's down. So I'm not, this is no shade to Kanye. Maybe he was busy. Life happens. I have no fucking idea. Yeah. But long story short, he was talking to LA Mission and I thought to myself, yo, maybe I could just give him a viable plan on a way he can actually assist Skid Row. He has this $1 billion deal with Gap or whatever. Maybe I can, I know what I could do. So I made these huge poster boards, right? Mm-hmm. And it literally had an entire business plan like, yo, you can run your manufacturing through here. By doing that, it will employ this many people. By employing this many people, create housing. And I wheat pasted it, me and my team, we wheat pasted it all on this nigga studio, right? And then at the bottom it said, call me with that 917 number. Mm-hmm. Call me. So 88 Keys end up being outside the studio that day, the producer, and he's putting it on TikTok or Twitter or something. It ends up going viral, right? I'm getting hundreds of calls. People thinking that the number is Kanye, telling them to call him.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. So it goes viral on Reddit. Next thing you know, TMZ's reaching out for a statement, and I just tell them like, yo, So the idea was for us to do a runway show on Skid Row, right? Mm-hmm. Manufacture it through blah, 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 create a collection. That collection specifically goes towards housing that community, right? So 2 days later, my Instagram was shut down. And then my website was shut down.
Wow.
And then we got an email from the Gap saying we infringed on their IP. How ironic, I'm getting sued by the Gap for trying to bridge the gap. Perhaps that's what you get for speaking facts. Facts, you are what you attract. I said what I said, still won't take it back. Mm-hmm. Imagine taking our black dollars back and building our own LVMH. They don't want you to hear that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What was the conclusion?
They said that I had to delete everything I've ever said about it, delete the videos, and they would give me my shit back. And they wouldn't go the full way, and then yeah. So
So
I can't talk past that point.
Yeah,
but yeah,
So you okay? I still think it's a great idea though, and I think Kanye's in a different place. Maybe y'all, could unite on that one.
I mean, call me, bro. We know all the same people, man. Hit my line, okay.
Bro. But you could do it with, or you could just keep doing
I could do it. When you told Kanye, like, yo, you don't need them people. You could build your own infrastructure. You really can.
Yeah.
You really, I don't know. You really can. There's so many factories that would give you lines of credit to be able to really, really, do that shit. But when I said create our own LVMH, right? LVMH has Louis Vuitton, blah, 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 all these high fashion brands, right? They have ateliers in Paris and all over the world. There's no ateliers in the hood.
Yeah.
Right? If you a young black kid, you ain't gonna get that tradition passed down. I met with Kanye once in his office and wherever, and I told him, I was like, you can build your own LVMH, right? Start a $10 million fund.
We're looking at the clip of, we're looking at the actual article. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can take a $10 million, right? And you can find 50 designers. And you can allocate 100,000 here, 100,000 here, 100,000 here, right? And you get a piece of all of their businesses, right? But you're also building these people of color, POC you're building these people's brands up. So before you know it, you got a whole network of high fashion brands, and then you can start creating atelier programs in the hoods, in Chicago, in LA, blah blah blah, and you could create the next Gucci. Only it won't be Gucci. It'll be Tyrone or whatever the fuck. It'll be
It'll be David.
It'll be David and Co. Whatever. You know what I mean? We got to start empowering each other.
Start empowering. I like that blueprint.
Somebody gonna hear it. I hope someone does something with it.
Yeah, and I hope you do something with it.
I will, but I don't need to. Yeah. I will, but if someone with more money and infrastructure currently can do it, one thing me and Ye got, it's not about me. I don't give a shit. It's about the progression of our people, of humanity. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see that shit happen.
Then it shall happen.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
How to use your imagination. Okay? We are gods.
We are gods.
Okay? With intention.
This has been an honor, man.
Man, bro, this has been an honor for us, man.
Really great conversation, D. Nope.
You know where you are, though, right? You know where you arrived today. You thought about it last night before you went to sleep. I know you did. Come on. I know you thought about it, David Sabastian.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the world right now, okay? This is the home of the real MC, the true MC. You in the valley of the hyenas. This is your volume right here, man. Legendary Broadway.
Yeah.
Can you please do us the honor?
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. This might be one of the moments.
I think so. Make sure those levels right.
I'm too level. Fuck my levels. You know what I mean? So.
Play in the morning. David Sabastian.
Man. Wow. They ain't believing me, but I did. Which means God did. The secret is we are what God is. Ain't an album changed my life like we a God did. Let the story begin. Beginning of the pandemic, everybody sitting. I said it's time to fucking get it, get the world to listen. I had a vision, they said I was unrealistic. Dropped the album on Instagram, you had to pay to get it. In 2 months, made $250,000 after interest. Ain't no jokes, ploys, and gimmicks, I'm about my business. Till I change the music business, stay about my business. How I signed the deal and still remain independent. Change the game, change the laws of physics. Success is algorithmic, fuck your analytics. I defy statistics, I seen the writings on the walls like hieroglyphics. Precision scientific, I studied metaphysics. I used to sleep in civics and in Pan Pacific. You niggas parasitic, you niggas pessimistic. I am God just to be specific. Look in the mirror, I don't see a difference. I'm one with the universe, I'm universal. Like daytime television, you too commercial. We a God, so that shit like an infomercial. I manifested all the shit I had in my journal. In a minute, mind and more. I just sold out all my shows, employed all my bros. They ain't gotta rob no more. Grown, I ain't got no hoes. I don't want your phone number, cause I ain't even got a phone. Focus, girl, I'm in my zone. Eating raw, sitting, working out, body cold. Mind, body, spirit, soul. Spirit, soul. Intentions is the master key to be who you wanna be. The lower me is in 3D, changing up the frequency. Ain't at the Philharmonic, but bitch, I orchestrated. The first thing I did was get incorporated. So don't pay me, pay my corporation, and pay my 501(c). Thanks for the donation. Mine's my accountant, so funds don't get misappropriated. I run a tight operation, a maturation of David Sabastian, Skid Row fashion. Believe in yourself, records, chestnut checkers, checkmate, nigga. I can talk all that money shit like Hov did, cause I'm made from the same fabric that Hov is, that Kendrick and Cole is. I'm trying to say the world is so much bigger than showbiz. This is legacy mixed with divine destiny. I let the universe carry me like pregnancy. This verse is a decade's worth of therapy. Don't do anything unless you have equity. You my dog, but don't let them feed you pedigree. $1 million check scribble my signature legibly. I'm not a billionaire yet, but that's the plan. You gotta see it to be it, so technically I am. Rich dad, poor dad, I didn't have a dad. Just a photograph. Nigga, I don't write verses, I write photographs. Playing checkers on a Louis Vuitton monogram. I'ma spit a monolith, list of my accomplishments. I don't need your cosign, praise, or your acknowledgement. When I win a Grammy, I'ma tell them all they got to this. Mic drop, every word I spit is the apocalypse. Chef's kiss. I'm two-pack mixed with deep pot. Like Basquiat's, I don't tick-tock. I am Salvador Dali's clock. This ain't a movie, but you still gotta give me props. Watch a nigga gas like petroleum. Just shipped a couple paintings off to the Smithsonian. Sotheby's open up the bid at the podium. Just shout out to all of my slimes like Nickelodeon. Dick a bitch down till I rupture her fallopian. This is Plato Sympolian. I am the reincarnation of Napoleon. Yeah, what are the odds I would beat the odds? By myself, I'm a man, together we are gone. Close my eyes, look in the mirror, and I see a star. Same height as Bruno Mars, but my spirit tall. These bars raise the bar, that's a bar. I got bars like a sail, I got bars like a ball. I got bars like an exam for the law. Rest in peace, Uncle Charles. Just open mouth, she and all. On your knees, on your paws. I like sisters, I like pogs. Hit a reverse dog, that's a god. Oh my god. Dealing with my shadow. Do what I gotta do. Used to hate books, now I'm about to drop one on Audible. A prophet doesn't make spirituality profitable. I got God in every molecule, in every hair follicle. Don't do astronomy, cause I'm astronomical. Look myself in the mirror and say, damn nigga, I'm proud of you. My bitch ride me like a carnival. Getting on with all that fake beef is impossible. I should've been on Donda too. Shout out to my mama too. And if I ain't one of the fucking greatest, nigga, I'm comparable. Yeah, you know it's all me. Tell Hov to call me. 917-535-8577. Greatest rapper alive.
Woo!
Woo! That's my real number too.
What's going on, B? That was 5 minutes of rapping.
David Sabastian.
Yo!
That was 5 minutes
What just
strong.
happened right there?
5 minutes, B.
What happened right there? Oh, shit.
Excellent.
Sheesh.
917-535-8577. Greatest rapper alive.
Yo, HB, I got chills, bro. I ain't felt that kind of passion in a long. I don't know if I've never felt that.
To me, it's more about being ready for that moment.
Yeah.
Like he spoke about this being a dream of his when he first walked in, and I think a lot of times when people have the opportunity, they don't really embrace it or they miss the opportunity. And
you better lose yourself in the music.
That part.
Moment,
and
You only get one shot.
You only get one shot sometimes. And man, listen, this is gonna be ran back. See, you got to study this one, y'all. I'm just telling you now. I told Sway no more whack rappers in 2023. I'm tired of sitting next to corny dudes and I gotta sit here and fake. I'm tired of that shit. My phony hours. Listen, I allot myself a certain amount of phony hours for the year.
Yeah. Are you over yours already?
By April, I'm usually tapped out. I want to at least make it to June. Sway got me, and then I lose all my hours right from that seat.
Oh man.
Yo, David Sabastian, I've been around. I've been around the greatest of all time. I've seen them all as they have risen. I put you right on that shelf.
Wow. Wow.
I'm putting you on that shelf because you're not just rhyming for the sake of making words connect. When y'all listen back to this, and even the parts that he had to, fight through to catch it, but the passion was there. You can input your own words.
It was like he was ducking and still swinging. He was like, I'm ducking, but I'm still throwing punches.
That was amazing, brother.
Yeah.
You are amazing, brother.
Yo, this is just the beginning. I'm going to be up here all man.
Come back. This your home.
Yeah.
Come on.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And thank you for all of y'all. Just thank you.
Thank you, brother. Man, it means a lot to us, man. You walking on purpose, and I appreciate it with intention.
Yo, shout out to shout out to BPG, Al Branch, man. You've been
Al Branch.
He been trying to call for a year to give me the. Yo, thank you guys.
Al Branch is I love Al, his wife. Al Branch is a solid dude. Been in this game for a long time. He say what he mean, and he mean what he say.
That's our brother. Yeah.
Brother.
And we talk on a spiritual level. For him, like, when he give me advice, he don't be on no industries. He be like, yo, it's God's time. He always tell me all the time, it's God's time.
He's been around, bro.
Yep.
He's seen some
He's
things.
seen it.
Like, and rightfully, it makes sense to me, man. Congratulations. You're incredible. Give it up once again for David Sabastian.
Woo!
Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Thank you guys.
All right. Give it up. Get that new album. Well, it ain't new, but...
Get it. It's new to a lot of y'all today.
People. Yeah, get that album, man. All right, David Sabastian, we appreciate you.